So another day, another relatively long break from making any videos for this channel. Sorry about that. I think that boils down to the fact that I obviously make photos and videos for a living. So when it comes to the weekend, it's a little bit like, do I really want to work? Do I want to make another video? So I'm trying to get out of that mindset because this is for me and I really, really enjoy making them. And I think this new sort of style that I've adopted of a slightly longer time frame when it comes to the videos, rather than trying to just get something out and do it all in one day or do it all over one weekend. I don't think that necessarily works well for me. So I think that this approach of slightly longer time frame, more involved in the actual video, more images, more context, I think is going to work a lot better for me. And I actually really enjoy it. I like this sort of the slower pace of them. I can experiment a little bit more, I can take my time, not have to worry about, you know, am I going to get it all done? Because I can just add to it whenever I want. So yeah, this is working for me for now. I'm sure it will change over time. Just wanted to pick up on a couple of images from this video over the past few months. And the first being this, my favorite image in the whole video actually, which is this magnolia tree, which is a very sort of classic London image that you'll see sort of the first couple of weeks of spring when these magnolia trees bloom, and then a couple of weeks they're gone. They don't hang around for very long. So I wanted to get out on a weekend and try and get at least one nice picture of these magnolia trees. And I think this sort of London, sort of like Southwest London townhouse, you know, nice white paint, nice sort of bright image. I think that just looks really class. And yeah, it's sort of relatively well exposed. It's in focus. I think that's a win. And then there's a couple more images. There's this one that I took in Bishop's Palace, which is a very simple image. I just really like it. I like the sort of the diagonal line across it with the shadow. And the person reading the book. It's just a nice sort of simple subject. It's just quite a nice image really, isn't it? A little bit hot in the highlights, but I think that's just me getting to grips with exposing this camera properly. I think one of my biggest issues with using this camera is the ISO of the film that I use. I use a lot of 400 speed ISO film. This was all shot with Lomo 400. And then, you know, all the black and white film that I shoot, HV5 is 400 speed. And then I've got some Fomapan, which I believe is 400 speed as well. So this has got a maximum shutter speed of 500, maximum aperture of 3.5. So sort of balancing that, if I want to shoot shallow in like quite bright conditions, then I probably need to start considering slower film stocks, sort of around 100 ISO, or maybe even like lower than that if I want to shoot wide open direct sunlight. So that's just something I just need to consider. But yeah, that's kind of all that I wanted to talk about really. You know, not all of the images are 100% in focus. Like I've back focused on this image, for example. I think it's just a matter of practicing, just trying to get to grips with it. It's a very unique setup, this camera, with your ground glass, your magnifier, you're focusing on the side, and the other sort of various limitations with it. But I just really enjoy the images. I like the square format, so I'll stick with it for now. And you know, I've always got my digital camera to take more sort of casual imagery with. Thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure to check me out on Instagram @SambyHolt. Be sure to check out my website as well, which I'll link below, which is constantly updated, hopefully with well exposed in focus imagery. We'll see. And thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. It's grown a little bit, which is great. So yeah, keen to sort of grow it out a little bit more, see where we go from there. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.